Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Wessy, and welcome back to my Roblox trading series. This is episode 10. I appreciate you guys all for being around here. I appreciate everybody that stuck around this long and everybody that's watching the videos. If you like this one and you want to see more, definitely go check out some of them I made in the past. I've made a lot of bangers just like this one. In this video, I go over how Tio, one of my best friends in the Roblox trading community, actually saved me from Rolimons. And I go over some of my favorite items and least favorite items that I've owned since I've came back to trading. Enjoy the video, guys.
Alright, so we ended up getting this Skitwelver boy downgrade. Obviously, Black Iron Branches are pretty peak, but 300 overpay, I think it's worth it. 1v4. This was at like 3.8k at the time, so it was really like a 500 win. Now it's kind of aged kind of bad, but we still got this completed. After that, we got a 200 win off my Vans X the North Face. We got a bunch of random eggs. 4v1, I like this a lot. 200 overpay is big. After that, this is the last trade we did in this stream. At the time, it was like a 600, 700 win. Now it's only a 200 win, but still a good upgrade. Downgraded the gold pilot wings for 4 random smalls. 50 win there. Got rid of the peaked Guardia for Pizza Bandit and Alien Arctic Fag. It's like 100 OP. That's pretty nice. Lots of other small trades here. We got 130 win off my Neon Bombastic 3v1. I like this a lot. Only 3 items, so. I did this trade with Highly Wanted. I got 72 overpay on my Royal Fabergé egg. 4v1 with the wings. At the time, they were like 400, so I think it's probably even more value. Actually, who's the best trader you know? Probably Wall or Prince. Probably Prince. Legacy. As I said, before, I basically hit 1 million. I just don't have 1 million value. I have 900k value, so let me show you guys my trades since that's majority of the changes. I did this downgrade mass popcorn for 350 overpay. After that, I got a 200 win at the time. Now it's 300 win. I got 250 win on my New Assist Fearless Filmer. All these items are pretty close in value, like closer than majority of downgrades, so I like this trade a lot. Watermelon is my favorite food, you know what I'm saying? I got 500 overpay twice from this guy. One on my Colbraham Lincoln with Sinister Branches, which is very close in value, so he just added some small items. I like that trade a lot, like very much. And then after that, 500 went here with Shaggy and Blue Goof, and then ads. Yeah, another amazing trade. I got a 1k overpay on my green Starface with items. I definitely like these items, like red baseball cap and Shaggy are pretty good items. I did this trade with Doc Pandas. He said he needed Robux, so he gave me a 200 win on my blue 8-bit antlers with Shaggy. At the time, I think this is like 200 less, and Shaggy was also 200 less. I traded 2 peaked ultimate victories for Snowflake Bowtie. At the time, Snowflake Bowtie was like low. This was like equal, but definitely a good trade because Agragnophobia is pretty low. And then obviously Snowflake Bowtie went up. And this was around the time I started investing in Gold Clockworks. Right here, I gave a 900 overpay on Gold Clockworks. I got a 2k win on my Rudolph with value. I like this trade a lot, Yeah, this is Lucky Cat, and I got 2k inbound on it in an upgrade too. After that, I got this trade. At the time, it was like a 300 win. Or no. At the time, it was like a 300 overpay because Pink Eye was lower, and then these Rusty Tetronimo were also lower. Did a 4v4 here. Got 600 win on my comically oversized and Gentleman Patriot with the event items from December. I have another downgrade here. I think I'm gonna counter this without the Robux and then just replace that and that. 270, that's pretty fair. So I'm just gonna do items that I've owned tier list. Items that I've owned tier list. Or that I have owned. I haven't owned majority of these. I'll put this in D tier. Actually I'll put this in B tier. I feel like I get good trades on it pretty fast. Also, this is good for trading. I'll put this in E. Last time I had this, I owned it for a long ass time. I'll put this in A tier. Definitely an easy item to trade. People do like a lot of equal downgrades with it. So it's definitely good for small trading. I'll put this in C. I get like good trades on it whenever I do trade it, but I honestly don't really try to trade it and it doesn't really like work. I'll put this in F just because it lost naive a lot of value. You low-key beat it to my ground. That goes hard. I'm gonna put this in F tier too. These items are just pretty dog shit. They're always inflated. They don't really get any trades. I'll put this in A tier. I'll put this in A. Good, you know, demand item. And I'll put this in my first S tier. Always gets like 500 overpay, and it's only like 3K value. It's so like, man. I've actually owned VLAD, and I got it for 5K lowball, and I traded it for like 5K win. So I'll do that. You know, Staw is S tier. Always gets amazing trades. Big head I'll put in D tier. For a value item, it's a really underwhelming, pretty bad. This is like very similar. Honestly, I barely try to trade these whenever like I do get them, but same as this item, I always get like good overpay.
20 minutes later.
And I think this is like all the items I've traded. Nah, but this is just for me though. Me personally, you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, the last video in this Roblox trading series, I got banned. Banned from Trade Hangout permanently and banned from Rolimons for what I thought would be permanently, but it ended up not being permanent. See, the original ban was only 7 days, and because of me ban evading, because I was upset, they permanently banned me on both the accounts I ban evaded on and my main account. However, the mod that originally banned me for 7 days came forward. He came forward and he cleared my name. He stood up for me. He said that he understood it was a miscommunication and a misunderstanding, and he cleared it all. He cleared my history of, he didn't clear my history, but he you know, man, I don't know. He threw a bus on top of me and then, you know, lifted the bus up and saved me from underneath. Tio, the same guy who ended up being a moderator for my own server. Now he's not a moderator there anymore, as he's still been focusing on Rolimons, but he is a great guy. He's a great moderator, and he deserves a lot of respect. Thank you, Tio, for unbanning me in Rolimons.
Yeah, this is definitely part of the reason why I loved all of the Golden Clockwork trades, because I did a 4v4. Actually, basically a 4v2, because these items are pretty high, and I have been traded off those items. Like, that's so easy to trade off. But basically 1K OP per, and I didn't even give 1K 4v1 for this, upgrading into these 16v1. So I would say this is a 16v2 while winning like 1K value, if you really think about it, because I gave, you know, 4v1 for each of these headphones. At the time this was equal. It kind of sucks. I think this aged pretty bad. I got another trade, 2.5K win, in an upgrade into more value. I'm not sure exactly what the point of this trade was. Plus these items are, you know, more value than Golden Clockworks anyways. So, and here this guy gave 500 overpay at the time for my Ember Guardia Horde. These items are pretty inflated, but you know, I think it's enough overpay that it's actually worth it. Yeah, I got, at the time it was a 2K win whenever Petroleum Sword Pack came out. I was pretty worried about it because everybody was hyping up this item, but it did pretty bad. Honestly, all the event items did pretty bad. Got another Golden Clockwork headphones for 2K lowball. I have had this Emerald Eye for a long time since I traded with Doc Pandas, so pretty happy to do this trade. I got a 700 overpay on my Blue Star site here, 4v1. All these items are like 1.3K to 2K value, pretty balanced. I like this trade a lot. Got 500 win here on my Rust Like a Punk. Honestly, I was pretty worried whenever I first got this item. It's a pretty ass item, but you know, I got rid of it pretty nice. It's crazy that I got this item because I lowballed it with Golden Clockworks, and then I got an overpay with Golden Clockworks on it. So 1.6K win on my Neon Green. I did a mass trade here. Got rid of Sorcus. I had this for like a week, so I'm very happy to get rid of it. As you can see, this is like a 1.5K win if you can bind. You know, obviously I use like a 6v1 because these items cancel each other out. But Cake Topper and Bombastic plus these four plus 700 Robux. You know, 1.5K win. Not too bad. 6v1. This at the time was like a 500 overpay for Golden Clockwork headphones. I did a lot of trades for a lot of different trades for Golden Clockwork headphones. Anyways, I overpaid 500 here for the Golden Clockwork headphones. At the time, I had a Darker Presence horde of like 25, so I was just getting rid of them left and right, setting this and ads. I think Turbo was high, TV was high, and Rage was like probably normal. Here, I downgraded these two items for Shaggy and Explosion and more. I really like these items. Other than Gucci Marmot, I'm like holding all three of these items, like not for trade. I don't really like these items that much. So for a 400 win, and with Shaggy being kind of low, it's like a 600 win after Shaggy Shaggy recovers. I definitely like this trade a lot. I mess with this trade a lot. Did this mass downgrade Ninja Master Dojo of Doom for a Steampunk Lincoln and some ads. And then he added another 4K. So this was like a 2K win. At the time, it was like a 2K win. Now it's like a 3K win. Anyways, this is the trade I got for Chicago. At the time, it was actually a lot better, but I mean, I got rid of Low Day and I got Shaggies that are kind of low. Got Demand, got rid of my couple of my Darker Presences, which as I said before, I had a horde of. So, I mean, even if it aged kind of bad, I think it like went down like 1K. It still is better than I gave. So, I did this equal upgrade. Even at the time, it was an equal upgrade. 4v1 into Summer Sophistication. I still have this item, so it kind of sucks. But at least I got rid of some, like, you know, mid-ass items, low-key. I did this trade, which at the time, I believe this was like 900 overpay per Golden Clockwork headphone. I don't mind it because I got rid of this chicken fried sunglasses. At the time, I had like 4 of these, and I was just getting rid of them. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna accept this fullest. Swiss cheese your ass. Alright, man. Swiss cheese my ass. I also got this trade at the time. It was like a 900 overpay for Space Hair. You know, just a little 4v1. Pretty balanced. 1.5 to 3K for you know, 9K total is pretty decent in my opinion. Pretty balanced. Like not too small of items, not too big of items. And obviously this Gucci spiked item is so so yeah, this trade is definitely good for me. I did this trade with Rare Mule. I actually found this guy on Discord after that, but I got like 500 overpay. Orange Teal is kind of projected, but it should be fine. Alright, I did these trades for 2 Steampunkometers, 10.7 and like I think at the time it was like 12K. So that's around like 23K, 24K. I got rid of this bow. This bow, I'm so happy I finally traded this off. I will never touch this bow ever again. I really don't care. Wait, actually, let's see if I have it. I actually don't know. I might actually own it.
So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for part 11. Hopefully I see you guys in the next part or my next video. Lots more on the way. Expect the video in the next 3 days, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Happy trading, everyone. Peace.